if you were just seeing my description, you can tell that I made some progress on that game. But now I need to make some progress on this game because it's taken me 13 parts and 15 hours long. This game Inscription is taken me, I think it's 8 hours, and I thought I was done. But it turns out I wasn't. Because I did watch some of that game, and then I didn't watch it up to, like, I only watched someone play it for about, I think it might have been a couple of hours. And then I kind of just stopped watching it, and then, yeah. I didn't see, and it said there were only a few hours left, so I thought that was the few hours, and turns out it wasn't. Hayden Harrison's. Who is dehydrated microwave? Like, just question. In the shadow of the mine, reach level 21. Let's do all the side quests first, because...
The Daedalian keys are back! Aren't they brilliant?
Oh, he's up there. Can I fly?
I'd better keep an eye on high places around the school for Zenobia's gobstones.
Yeah, Zenobia's gobs. I was about to say gobshite, but... yeah. Let's find Sebastian. He's 140 meters away. Is he even in school? He should be. Because I gotta do side quests until I gain one more level. I don't know how much XP I need.
I'd take to the skies too.
Oh, he's below. He's in the school. Entrance door. Yeah, this save on Hogwarts Legacy is 15 hours long.
Hey, it's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Alright.
Were you calling me, Gareth?
I was hoping you might want to redeem yourself for not having brought me that Frupa feather and potions. You see, I have an idea for a fizzing Wisby-inspired beverage, but I'm missing a key ingredient.
You and your concoctions. I don't know how you come up with these things.
It's a gift, truly. So, I suspect the key ingredient in fizzing Wisbies is dried billywig stings.
What?
I heard there's a store of them in Honeyduke's cellar. I'd get them myself, but my Aunt Matilda has her eye on me. Thinks I need to focus on potions class for a while, not for my own brews. I was hoping you could follow a secret passage to Honeyduke's cellar and grab a few dried billywig stings for me.
Of course. You never know when you might need a quick means of escape from the castle.
Brilliant, thank you. But you should know that it's not exactly quick. It's the secret bit that's helpful. The passage is hidden behind the statue of a one-eyed witch in the third-floor corridor. Just tap it with your wand and say, Descendium.
Are you asking me to steal from a shop?
Oh.
Goodness, it's not as if I'm asking you to rob Gringotts. Honeyduke's has more than enough, and I only need a few. It's a sweets ingredient. They won't be missed, trust me.
I'll see what I can do, Gareth.
Fair enough. You shall be the first one to taste my newest brew if you can be of help. Perhaps I can convince a meat to help me with my potions homework. Get my aunt to loosen her reins a bit.
Ooh, 3 people joined.
I'll need to get those dried billywig stings for Gareth if he's to finish his latest concoction.
We have to...
A one-eyed witch statue shouldn't be too hard to find.
Wait, would... News to Sebastian, we'll do him another time. These are... I think these are more important ones or something like that. Oh, speech. Talk. Yeah.
Revelio.
No, not Revelio, Accio. In here.
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
Oh, what's happening now?
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
The dark arts do pique my interest.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse. Also known as the torture curse. Inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that he did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous. He was only a child. He shouldn't blame himself.
After that incident, the rift between Ominous and his family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Alright, next is... Let's do the other one, because it seems like a quest. Well, some sort of quest. The Lost Child. We just need to get out of Hogwarts and then use my broom. Viaduct Courtyard. That's what it says. It's been a long day. You know, I've been in the whole time streaming for you guys because I have so many games. And by the way, this is only 2 out of like 30 games, which are all very, very long. It does tire you out. I thought they wouldn't tire me out as much as it has. Let's use highway.
You alright? Look like you've seen a ghost.
If only.
Slow down now. There we go. High wing, go!
Natty and lower Hogsfield. And up we go. She's over there. We're gonna get to her.
You are here.
Harlow came by here, looking for Mr. Bickle. Very concerning.
Is this Mr. Bickle's home?
I believe so. He supposedly has evidence against Harlow. We need to speak with him.
Why did he challenge that horrible man?
Are you all right? We're looking for Mr. Bickle.
My husband is dead.
Dead?
He killed him.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Mrs. Bickle. Who killed your husband?
Theophilus Harlow. I'm sure of it. He's been threatening my husband for weeks and... Oh, where is my son? Where is Archie?
I don't mean to be grim, but could Harlow have taken him?
Archie's satchel is missing, so he may have left on his own. Hopefully he's just gone wandering, as he's prone to do. I hope he wasn't here when Harlow... when my husband...
Do you know which way Archie might have gone?
He has a little hideout in the forest south of here. He never wanders far. But if he witnessed Harlow doing something to his father... I'm afraid to leave, in case he comes back home.
We'll find your son, Mrs. Bickle.
Okay.
Thank you. What am I going to do?
Please do not worry, Mrs. Bickle. We will bring Archie home. When I took the letter we found to Officer Singer, she told me about Mr. Bickle. He had been doing the same thing we are, providing Officer Singer with evidence to take down Harlow. I had hoped to speak with him about what he had found, but we were too late.
Yeah.
What did Officer Singer say about the letter you brought her?
She thanked me, but she clearly felt that it was not enough. It is a shame that hippogriffs cannot speak. Your friend Highwing could provide all the evidence against Harlow that we need. We will need something more. This must be little Archie's hideout that Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Archie? Archie Bickle! He would not have done this to his own hideout. Someone came here looking for him. Revelio may be our only hope of finding out where he went. There! Archie's footprints. He went this way.
Okay.
I thought we would have found Archie by now.
I suspect he'll keep running if he's being followed.
If it is Harlow that's pursuing him, I only hope you're right. Men like Harlow would not think twice about killing a child. We must find Archie quickly.
Come on then.
Wolves! Prepare for a fight.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Glacier! Expelliarmus!
I hope Archie didn't cross paths with that wolf pack. We should look around.
Revelio! Archie's satchel. Why would he leave it behind?
He was likely running from Harlow, distracted. This may be a good time for Revelio again. Archie went this way. I have a bad feeling about this. Harlow must have a reason for pursuing Archie.
I wonder what Archie saw. I hope he didn't see Harlow kill his father.
He would never overcome it.
Revelio!
Not in any way I can imagine.
Footsteps are here.
A fork in the road. We will need Revelio again. Multiple sets of footprints. Oh, Harlow caught up to him here. This is not good. They went this way. Thestrals. They are beautiful, are they not?
Wait.
You can see Thestrals too?
I witnessed death when I was 9. Saw my first Thestral shortly thereafter. I found comfort in it. I still do. I think those of us who have witnessed death deserve some comfort.
Oh, Thestral.
I'm sorry you experienced.
I just cut it out.
That at so young an age.
I was with my father when he died. My mother was away, and I felt quite helpless. It was a long time ago in some ways, but in other ways, it seems like it was only yesterday. I still see him so clearly.
You must miss him.
My father was a wonderful man. Let us keep moving. We must find Archie.
You're the one who stops, love.
Expelliarmus! Expulso! Confringo!
Expelliarmus! Protego! That's just the beginning.
Repulsor! Expelliarmus! Athletics! Incendio! Oh! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Ha! You're easier to spot than an agile thing, aren't you? You will not survive this fight! Protego!
Thought you had me there.
Expelliarmus!
Come.
Compulso!
It is as I feared. They have Archie. Be on your guard.
Expelliarmus!
No mistakes.
Compulso! Confringo! Pushing myself. Expelliarmus!
Is he gonna be holding Archie like? Oh, is it a massive tent?
I did not expect this tent to be so large on the inside. That complicates things a little. Hush now.
You don't think he saw it happen, do you? He's just a child. We should release him. This is the sort of thing that could draw unwanted attention.
Petricus totalis.
Alright.
Alarm was that?
Expelliarmus! Depulso! Confringo!
I'm just ready to go, You're no match for me.
Let's just change a couple of them into...
No one! No more happy days for you. To your knees.
Compulso! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
To disarm me. Really a scrap.
Back before.
Expulso!
Protego!
Descendo! Petrificus totalis!
Oh,
Expelliarmus!
knew you were still.
What have you done?
Expelliarmus!
Back in the forest!
Such agility!
Petrificus totalis! Expelliarmus!
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
How do we get down?
Help! Can someone help me? Is anybody there?
Repulsor! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Oh, there's a stairway.
Help! Please, need your help.
Archie. Archie Bickle. Your mother sent us to find you.
Oh, I'm so glad to see you.
Not too loud, Archie.
Sorry.
We need to get this open. Aloha, Mora.
There we are.
A man called Harlow. He killed my father.
We're so sorry, Archie. We won't let him get away with it. But first we need to get you home to your mother.
Thank you for saving me.
You wouldn't have it any other way, Archie. Now let's get you home. We know a safe way back.
Alright. Let's get him home. I'm so sad that his dad died though. Yeah. And he saw it as well.
Archie, you're here! Oh, you're safe.
Mother? Oh, Mother. Father's friends are in danger. I heard the people who took me talking about them.
Which friends, darling?
Mr. and Mrs. Rabe. Mr. Filbert. And I think they also said Otto's name.
Uh-oh.
I shall speak with them. You run inside.
Yes, Mother.
Your husband's friends may be in danger.
Just as he was.
How can we help?
You've done enough. My husband was a powerful wizard and couldn't defeat Harlow. The last thing we need is that monster coming after you.
It may be too late for that. I'm afraid Harlow's already after us.
Then you needn't anger him further. I assure you, the threat could be a lot worse. Please, please keep your distance.
I'm sorry again about your husband, Mrs. Bickle.
Thank you. And thank you for bringing Archie home. I can never repay the two of you for your kindness.
Not to worry, Mrs. Bickle. My father used to say that rain does not fall on one roof alone. We are here to help each other. I must learn more about Mr. Bickle's friends and why Harlow is after them. You'll be hearing from me as soon as I know something.
Okay.
Thank you for your help today.
I'm not level 21 yet. Still need to do one more thing.
Faster, High Wing! High Wing, go! Faster, High Wing!
Alright, so past the castle and onwards that way is but there's Poppy. And I need to talk to Poppy Sweeting. down we go. How far I can get to the water? Basically touched it. Or did touch it. Oh, that's a wall. Oh, I can't enter Hogsmeade whilst mounted. Is that Hogsmeade? I think it is. How do I unmount? I'm trying to unmount Highway. Yeah. I'll just get the broom just to get a bit further, a bit closer, and then unmount.
Just because you know Lumos doesn't mean you can't.
Glad you came.
Oh, please! You have an answer for me about the...
Over here.
This is a change of pace from our last outing.
Don't remind me. The thought of that tent still makes my blood boil. I've been thinking about those poor dragons in the fighting ring. The collars they were wearing, they appeared to be goblin silver. I think a collar is precisely what we found at that poacher camp. I've never known poachers to use anything like that before.
The dragon that attacked my carriage was wearing a collar, and Professor Fig was genuinely baffled by its behavior.
That attack always did strike me as a little strange, seemingly coming out of nowhere.
Yep.
Surely you aren't suggesting that the collars somehow control the poor creatures?
Exactly.
Merlin, I don't think the dragon we set free was wearing a collar, but we should check. And if we can find her, we can return her egg.
That's a good idea. We need to see this through.
I'll start looking into it right away. There was something else that I wanted to discuss with you. I didn't want to press it before. It seems I may have caused you more trouble with Victor Rookwood. Why is he after you?
Rookwood is working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig had asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps to shed light on what we saw at the tent. Don't worry, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. I shan't press for more details.
Right.
In fact, I should probably be going. I'd like to track that dragon down as soon as I can. I'll let you know when I have news of her location.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ranrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I don't believe I've met Mrs. Sprottle.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion.
Okay.
And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
I'll try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it. You'll find the hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Alright. This is the dragon attacked. Not dragon, troll. Two different creatures.
Revelio. Accio.
This way. Yes, I'll somewhere.
Abandoned Salazar Slytherin scriptorium, but my efforts were in vain. Meet me outside the Slytherin common room. We need to talk.
Okay.
Perhaps I'll scout around Felcroft for something to poach. Oh, the anticipation!
Expelliarmus! Confringo!
You may want to move. I've seen Billywigs with more sting.
Protego! Stupefy! Repulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Stupefy!
Nothing more than luck!
Repulso! Expelliarmus!
Alright. Easier. Easy. I'll do these first.
My mother would like to speak with me. I believe she has learned about some of what we've been up to. I'm hoping she may be easier on me if you are there.
We're at 5 balloons.
Ah, Upper Hogsfield. Now where to find Mrs. Sprottle?
Shane Bardolph thought dark magic was the answer. I reckon Rookwood's played a hand in his disappearance.
Excuse me, did you say something about Bardolph Beaumont?
I did. I don't think we've met. I'm Dorothy Sprottle. I was just worrying about Claire Beaumont's brother Bardolph, only he's gone missing. Rumour is he was seen in the forest practicing dark magic. Saw him myself near some ruins with Rookwood's lot I did. I fear he got himself into trouble with the Ashwinders, especially if he made them a promise he couldn't keep. I'd help search for him myself, but no one will risk encountering Ranrock's loyalists. They seem to be everywhere.
I can certainly look out for him.
Any help would be appreciated. You might speak to Claire first. Perhaps she has some insights that I don't. I can tell you that Bardolph was last seen in the forest wearing a particular woolen jumper, one that Claire knitted herself. Claire will be at her shop if you'd like to speak with her.
I need to speak to her.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect hawk lumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some hawk lumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
I can certainly try and find some for you.
That would be wonderful. I'm worried about the travelling vendors and would love to get them more Wiggenweld potion.
Yeah. Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting hawk lumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather hawk lumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts.
Oh, yeah.
What was she like?
Oh, goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. Charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Sirona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Sprottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I, and the vendors I help, would greatly appreciate it.
Right, I've got 2 quests now. Let's do both of them, but first we did...
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Easier said than done, found the cavern.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned.
Oh, I've already got loads.
Better have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. Confringo! That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Confringo! Either I'll have to fight that troll, or we'll do it together. Expelliarmus! Confringo! Depulso! Accio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Depulso! Accio! Expelliarmus! Depulso! Confringo! Confringo! Depulso! Expelliarmus!
I have some promising news about the location of our Hebridean dragon friend and where to return her you-know-what.
Confringo!
In Hogsmeade.
We can deal with the dragon on the way back. Oh. Dear Sir Owner, when I arrived, I have a troubled sense that in many ways, I wasn't like the other first years. I confess that I worried that Hogwarts might not have been the proper place for me, and pondered sending an owl to my parents, asking them to fetch me, almost before the first week of classes had ended. How do you know? I presume you're not a. How do you know? I presume you're not a secretly legimens, but I wonder that you seem to know my thoughts better than I did myself. The day in the Three Broomsticks, when you spotted me huddled in the corner, staring blankly at the untouched butterbeer, and an empty bit of parchment, my quill dripping in ink woefully onto the floor, you came to sit with me. Well, I shall never forget. I recall a sudden sense of relief, as if someone had cast a levitation charm on me. When you told me about how nervous you'd been to come to Hogwarts, I looked at you, and it seemed beyond my imagination to think of you as anything but the confident, contented witch sitting before me. In the days that followed, I marvelled at how you charmed in the non-magical sense. I mean everyone around you, without apology, embracing who you were and who they were. It was though a candle had flickered on me. I realized that I could choose that path as well. Now that my school years are ending, the frightened first year which I had been seems worlds away. And I know it's because you saw yourself in despairing creature in the corner of the pub, so generously extended yourself to her. Yours sincerely, Mirabelle. P.S. Please tell Miss Sprottle that I still plan on visiting her and Mr. Sprottle whenever I can. For their delightful conversation, I am unashamed to admit her uncomparable cauldron cakes. Dear Serona, I conjured the wee gift for you as a token of my gratitude. If you hadn't stood your ground on my behalf during the Quidditch practice last week, I might have left the team together, and now we've won the Quidditch Cup. Ravenclaw House would not be the same without you. Yours sincerely, Sean. My dear Sirona, I've sent a note separately to dear Mr. and Mrs. Throttle for their hospitality, but I felt the need to put a quill to the parchment with my thanks to you as well. What a lovely respite from the castle. I wouldn't soon forget how we giggled about the ridiculous gnome. Did he truly believe that he was singing? And Miss Throttle's steak and kidney pie was simply glorious. I shall be dreaming of it for days. If so, I so appreciate you including me. I fear I must warn you, however, that this does not mean I will go easy on you for the next week's match. You know that Ravenclaw is no match at all for Slytherin this year. Most gratefully yours, Philomena.
This must be Sirona's box of letters.
Sirona, happy birthday, my darling friend. I sneaked into the kitchens and asked Finky to make your favourite cream crowdie. She was delighted to oblige. Not sure where she got raspberries at this time of year. Genius, that Finky. Best. Dear Miss Sprossel, Mother and Father were delighted to hear that you and I had spent the afternoon at Gladrags last Saturday. Truth be told, I think my mother was ever so slightly envious. I shan't soon forget the heartily we laughed at my efforts to lace the bodice of my new dress. A challenge indeed, as is the rather delicate practice of properly situating a hatpin without wounding either my hats or my head. But I adore everything that we selected, and I have you to thank for now, feeling like a marvellously fashionable witch. It was also a treat to dine at the Three Broomsticks without having to clear tables. I shall own a place like that one day, mark my words. I consider myself more than lucky that you and Mr. Sprottle agreed to let me stay. I know that my parents feel precisely the same way. Yours gratefully, Sirona. That's all nice then.
I think that's everything. Sirona will be glad to have this back.
That was a lot though.
I should find Mrs. Sprottle. She'll be glad to get these hawk lumps. Confringo! The pulsar!
Up and away we go.
Hello, Mrs. Sprottle. I have good news. I was able to harvest some hawk lumps for you, and I found Sirona's box of letters.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion. And Sirona will be delighted to have those letters. How kind of you. Now you be careful heading back to Hogsmeade.
I should take this box of letters to Sirona. She'll be glad to have it back.
Alright, here we go. Follow the path. I shan't enter while mounted. Ow. Now back to the three broomsticks.
Oh, please!
Hello, Sirona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some hawk clumps for her Wiggamel potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I miss cheering for Ravenclaw.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her. And for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories. I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
Now we go to the next main quest. Which is in Hogwarts. Travel. What is it, like flue flames? I think that's what it is. Alright, we got like 9 to 8 main quests left to do. It's been a long day, I can tell you that much. Let's set a marker on my main quest.
Hello there.
Hello, Armeet. Do I recall you saying that you speak gobbledygook?
I did. I mean, I do. Speak it. Is this to do with the goblin I saw you with in Hogsmeade?
It is. His name is Lodgok. We could use your help with something. He's waiting for me near a goblin mine. Would you be willing to help?
Of course. How exciting. I mean, well, might this be dangerous?
I think he simply wants to show me something that involves gobbledygook. If it helps, he's a friend of Sirona's.
Good to hear. Good to hear. If Sirona trusts him, then I feel much better.
Alright.
You said you know gobbledygook, but how well?
I've been reading it for as long as I've been reading English. My parents have an extensive library. Once I grew bored with the classics, I devoured goblin writings. I'd tell you some titles, but you wouldn't understand them.
Have you ever spoken directly to a goblin?
Unbelievably, no. I'm so looking forward to it. Actually conversing in gobbledygook with a native speaker. Cannot wait to confirm subtle bits of pronunciation and tone that may have eluded me, being self-taught and all.
Lodgok is waiting. Shall we go?
Of course. I just want to check the pronunciation of a couple of key terms first. So I will meet you there.
Revelio.
Right, he's up there. I'm gonna rush there. And he's still gonna be there before me. Alright, down we go. Is that Nick? Nearly had this Nick. No. How high up was I? Jeez. Down and around and down and around. There you go. Down. School grounds. Alrighty.
High wing, go! Faster, high wing!
2,000 meters.
High wing, go!
Alrighty. Do I have to be on a broom?
Faster, high wing! High wing, go!
That's it.
Alright, here we go.
No need to race now, my friend. A friend who speaks gobbledygook is meeting us. Before he arrives, Perhaps you could tell me why we're here?
Of course. Unfortunately, presenting Ranrock with the Helmet of Urtkot did not have the effect I'd hoped.
Because he knew the details surrounding its plunder, he presumed I'd had help from a witch or wizard in retrieving it.
How else did he expect Goblinkind to get the helmet back? Seems he has no interest in making amends with you.
I'm afraid we do not have the luxury of rational expectation when it comes to Ranrock. Damn Bragbor and his blasted journals.
Bragbor?
An ancestor of Ranrock's, renowned metal worker. If we are to work together, I suppose I must tell you more. Not long ago, Ranrock sent me to collect a recently unearthed set of Bragbor's journals. They described repositories that Bragbor had been commissioned to build for a group of witches and wizards.
What do you mean, repositories?
Large, magically fortified receptacles crafted from goblin metal. Ranrock recruited others to help me locate the repositories. We were to search anywhere that was connected to 5 names mentioned in the journals: Rackham, Fitzgerald, Bakar, Morganach, and Rookwood.
Rookwood Castle?
That is where we began our search.
Why does Ranrock care so much about these repositories?
He cares about what they contain. For centuries, wizards have refused to share their magical knowledge with goblins. Your kind will not even let us carry wands. Thus, many goblins, myself included, have spent our lives mistrusting wizard kind. Ranrock was convinced that the repositories contained a magical power that wizards wanted to keep for themselves. He is determined to take it for goblin kind. But
Here comes my friend Amit. Probably best to continue our conversation later.
Greetings, Lord Gok. It is an honor, sir.
You speak gobbledygook.
Oh, Bacalio.
Enough. Please do not tell me that was meant to be gobbledygook.
Well, yes. Perhaps my pronunciation was a bit off. I imagine certain dialects differ?
Pronunciation is not the issue. I barely recognize that as language. I trust you can read gobbledygook better than you can speak it?
I can, Sir Lodgok.
Just Lodgok. Thankfully, we only need someone who can decipher written plans, since I cannot join you in the mine.
What written plans? And why can't you come with us?
What?
And I'm unable to join you because I cannot risk anyone reporting my presence to Ranrock. All you need to do is not be seen, either by the eye above the enchanted door or a loitering loyalist.
What else should we know about the enchanted door?
The door will not open while the eye can see you. You and your friend must be invisible to it to gain access. From what I know of wizard magic, that shouldn't be too difficult to achieve.
Amit and I can do this.
I will await your return. I shall see you soon.
Enter the goblin one.
Clever.
The door is looking at us.
We're entering the mine.
Books so rarely prepare one for reality. A real goblin mine. It's even grander than I had expected.
Yeah.
I cannot believe I met a goblin.
Let's just learn what we can and get out.
Look at this lift. Impressive workmanship for so simple a device.
Confringo! Impressive workmanship aside, it's the only way forward.
I still can't believe we're inside a real goblin mine.
Depulso!
Accio.
Accio!
I've read about mines like this, but seeing one is something else altogether.
Amit, you'll need to stay close to me. I've dealt with worse enemies than these.
Someone there? Not quiet enough.
Expelliarmus!
What's that?
Depulso! Accio!
You are fucking the inevitable. Find him!
Expelliarmus!
Was that your best?
Confringo!
You won't stop me.
Depulso!
Easily done. Let's get it. There you are.
Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
I won't rest until you're dead.
Depulso!
Descendo! That was a little more than I'm used to.
I'll get us through here safely, Amit. But
There we go, I just changed my controllers because that one was about to die. Oh.
by a door.
I'll be quiet. I feel like a character from one of the adventure books I read during the summer holidays.
Let's take a look around, Amit. See if we can find any plans.
A schematic? Let me know if you see any more plans or schematics. We can't return to Lodgok empty-headed.
Empty-handed, not empty-headed.
Confringo!
Where did they go?
Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Depulso! Expelliarmus! Depulso! Confringo!
Fascinating to see gobbledygook written in a goblin hand. The flourishes are extraordinary. There must be more notes around here. What could they be building?
What are they building?
If I'm translating this correctly, and I think that I am, they're building something rather large. But what? I will get to the bottom of what they've been building down here.
Confess the likes of me. You don't think you can defeat me, do you?
Confringo!
Well, they're on the ground now! No matter how you chase me!
Confringo!
Think you're clever, don't you?
Expelliarmus!
You're very good at it! Is that it? Oh, little moon cow.
Expelliarmus!
I'm impressed. Not quite.
Confringo!
Pity. Not quite.
Depulso! Expelliarmus!
You can't stop me.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! 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 Depulso! Confringo!
A miss! I've been fighting since before you were born.
Expelliarmus! Depulso! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Oh, this really is too much.
Stay close. I've handled much worse.
Another boiler. This place is more complex than I had expected.
Whew.
Accio. Confringo.
Upstairs, maybe?
Accio. Depulso!
Alright. Oh, there's a pathway. Four clumps.
Devil's snare. Nasty stuff if we're not careful.
Knots that entangle what we need right now.
Confringo!
Scared of the sun. Devil's snares. Lumos?
Lumos.
Lumos!
Come on. Alright, this way. And we've got some loyalists.
It's a waste of my time. This will not go well for you. One less feeling of worship.
Confringo! Depulso! Expelliarmus!
How nice. Enough bar. Do you think that...
Depulso! Depulso! Expelliarmus!
Again, I beg you. I can do this. Rubber up. You call that spellcasting?
Depulso! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Bumble beneath. Let's get this over
Defendo!
with.
Depulso!
Little moon cup. Easily diverted.
Expelliarmus! Depulso! Depulso! Expelliarmus!
Get away!
Hogwarts!
You won't get away with that. Not quite.
Depulso! Expelliarmus!
Miss me. Truly. You're making this too easy.
Am I? To me, they're all your
You won't stop me.
Expelliarmus!
Pity.
Depulso! Depulso!
I'm better. You almost had a lucky start.
Expelliarmus!
You can't stop us. That was meant for me. This is almost too easy. shouldn't take long. I've been fighting since before you were born.
Confringo.
Kill spells glance off of me.
Expelliarmus. How many of them are there?
That should be the last of them, Amit.
Okay.
Yes, of course. Confringo! This is not good. They're building enormous drills, bigger than this mine could contain.
Let's get out of here and tell Lodgok what we found.
Exit mine.
There must be a quicker way out of here than retracing our steps. Accio.
I need a moment to catch my breath. This was more than I bargained for.
I'm glad you came with me, Amit. Now that we know what they're up to, we can get out of here.
Okay.
We're almost out of here, Amit. Look, the lift.
A welcome sight indeed.
We're out. So they're building drills.
Can we please talk about what just happened?
That wasn't so bad, was it?
It was. It really was. I'm afraid I've had enough adventure for one day. For a lifetime, perhaps.
Thank you, Amit. I couldn't have done it without you. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to have a word with Lodgok.
Understood? I'll leave you to it. Your goblin secrets are safe with me, but I get to write the book about this escapade someday. Without further ado, adieu.
He's still there.
They're building enormous drills. We found their plans. Ranrock must be searching for the repositories.
I fear you are correct. Other than Rookwood Castle, however, I do not know where else he plans to search.
I've been wondering about something else you said before we entered the mine.
Yes?
If you share Ranrock's views, then why are you helping me?
I expected Rookwood Castle to be deserted when I arrived to begin my search. So was surprised to find a witch there who had set up a sort of improvised research site. She was studying something so intently that she almost didn't notice me. When she looked up, I thought she would react with fear, or disdain. But instead, she did something that I will never forget. Without a moment's hesitation, she smiled and asked me to sit with her. She told me that she was a researcher and showed me a small, oddly shaped container with a strange symbol on it. She was certain it was made of goblin metal, but was unable to open it. She wanted to work together.
Miriam.
Yes. But how did you...
Professor Fig's wife. He told me of her research, and I know of the container.
Ah. The reverence with which she talked of goblins and their intelligence and skill, it caught me entirely off guard.
Oh.
I'd never been treated with such respect by a witch or wizard. So, to my surprise, I let her study the container if she would allow me to search the castle on my own. We parted ways, with her promising to share what she'd learned. More of Ranrock's recruits arrived, and we began to dig, eventually locating the first repository. Ranrock was thrilled with our discovery, but furious when I told him about Miriam. Berated me for trusting a witch when I heard she'd been killed.
You think Ranrock murdered her?
I don't want to believe it, but I don't know. After that, something shifted in me. I had seen how the power from the repositories was transforming Ranrock, transforming all of them. I could no longer remain a part of it.
Thank you, Lodgok, for telling me this.
I tell you all of this so that you understand what is at stake. Ranrock never found all of Bragbor's journals, but the ones he did find suggest that Bragbor at some point built a repository far greater in size than the one beneath Rookwood Castle. What you've discovered here today worries me deeply. If Ranrock learns of the location of that repository, I fear we shall be destined for a great war. I will find out what Ranrock knows. Watch for my owl.
Shit.
Yes.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Am I still level? Alright. Just give me a sec, guys. I'll be back in a sec. Right, no, I'll be fine. Oh, wait. In the shadow of the study. Rewards Crucio. Alright, come on. We're gonna go get Crucio. feel like the large repositories here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I can just. Yeah, so I'm here. Hogwarts map. Sebastian needs to talk to me there. But I'm going to travel here. Just wait a sec, guys. Back.
You're here. Brilliant.
I received your owl. What happened with Ominous?
I told him none of us will be able to avoid dark magic forever. So the more we know about Salazar Slytherin and the dark arts, the better prepared we'll be. Unfortunately, only a Gaunt knows the location of the Scriptorium's entrance, and Ominous won't tell me.
Perhaps I should have a chat with Ominous.
You? I suppose it's worth a try. But don't get your hopes up. Ominous is annoyingly stubborn. Nothing new. I know where he is. I'll lead you to him and then leave you to it. Come on. He's this way. Keep an eye out. Never know who's watching. Although that hasn't stopped us before.
Strictly speaking, it has. We were caught.
Damned poltergeist. Such a nuisance. There he is. Good luck.
What are you doing here?
Hello, Ominous. Do you have a moment?
What is it? What have you and Sebastian been up to now?
I owe you an apology, Ominous. I wasn't honest with you before about the Undercroft. Sebastian did show it to me. He wanted me to have a safe place to practice some spells, to try and catch up to the other 5th years. He didn't think you'd mind.
I suppose that makes sense. It's just Sebastian's been pestering me lately about something and I'm frustrated with him.
Don't tell me he's still going on about, what was it, a scriptorium?
He told you about that?
He did. We were talking about Hogwarts founders and he mentioned it. Wouldn't say much more, though.
Yes, well, he seems to think it contains the answer to saving Anne. I think it's likely full of dark magic that is better left untouched.
Wait, you've never been inside?
Of course not. I only know about it because of my favorite aunt, Noctua. She thought like I do. Didn't agree with the family on the use of dark magic. In fact, she'd hoped to convince my family that there was more to Salazar Slytherin than worshipping pureblood status. She'd heard of this scriptorium and thought its contents might shed some light on him. She even found the secret entrance in this very corridor. She wrote regularly to my father about her efforts to gain access, and then she simply vanished. No one else ever tried to enter.
That's a bit unnerving. I suppose even if it might lead to answers about what happened to your aunt, it does pose a risk.
Aunt Noctua went down this path with good intentions and lost her life. I don't want the same to happen again.
You don't know that history will repeat itself. Besides, you said your aunt thought like you. This could honor her memory, get you answers about Slytherin and Sebastian answers for Anne. Your aunt pursued this alone. We could do it together.
I see what you've done here, and I confess, you've convinced me. I didn't think it possible.
Oh.
Very well. I shall tell you what I know. Fetch Sebastian, I'll wait. I hope we don't regret this.
Sebastian! Over here!
These braziers grant access to the scriptorium.
Now you'll share? You wouldn't tell me when I practically begged.
It wasn't you who told me what I needed to hear. Opening the entrance has something to do with breeze.
Well, breeze, something's happening.
I hope we're ready for this.
Use Reparo for that.
Reparo! The rubble formed a relief of a person facing a snake.
That must be the voice I hear.
I must prove my point. We do not need to use the dark arts as find family instincts. When I reach the scriptorium, I will find the evidence. There's more to Salazar Slytherin than we realised. I have written to my brother. He knows how I assess the corridor's entrance, and there's no straight path to reach the scriptorium. It's a maze with challenges to solve. I hope that my brother will follow my lead, and we can study our ancestors' legacy together. Noctua Gaunt.
The voice is ancient, sinister.
You hear a voice?
It started when you repaired that relief. I hear a whisper saying, "Speak to me." I'm a Parselmouth. I can hear and speak to snakes. Nearly all known Parselmouths are descended from Salazar Slytherin.
I'd like to be able to talk to snakes.
You might not want the ability to speak past the tongue. It's often associated with dark wizards. I haven't spoken it in ages, but I'd wager if I speak it now, the door will open. I'm hoping you're having second thoughts.
I see no reason we should stop now.
It's ironic. When I left home, I vowed to leave the dark arts behind, and yet here I am. Stand back.
Alright.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
It worked! Ominous, you possess a rare ability indeed.
Between the two of you, I'm starting to feel left out.
Between the two of us?
Never mind. There's no clear way forward.
Like a maze. Salazar Slytherin most likely wanted this to be difficult to solve.
The door we came from, it closed, and there's more than one gate ahead.
Then look closely at each gate for clues.
Confringo!
The dial requires focus.
Aunt Noctua said the same. It may take practice to solve it. That didn't sound good.
Salazar Slytherin didn't make this easy.
Salazar Slytherin buried their description deep within Hogwarts. I'm afraid I shall never lose my way around these dark corridors. I am a descendant, and yet I feel unwelcome. Lighting these basiliers in the corridor is helping. I shan't lose heart. Challenge by challenge, I will make my way through.
This journal entry, it mentions getting lost and being unwelcome.
Poor Aunt Noctua. There's bound to be a map to the kingdom.
Lumos.
Oh, that one and that one. Okay.
This is looking rather dire, isn't it?
You sound surprised. We're in a
Lumos.
maze designed by Salazar Slytherin.
So the bottom one's a snake and the top one's a circle symbol. That one. And the bottom one's a snake.
All the gates have symbols, and there are symbols on the dial.
Lumos.
Wait a sec. That one, that one. There you go. Open
Matching the symbols did open it.
Was about to do that myself, but you got to it first. Nice work.
Extraordinary. This journey is painful but rewarding. I shall soon find the scriptorium and discover untold secrets regarding our house finder. Salazar Slytherin intended more than what I had welcomed, I know it.
Noctua references painful and arduous challenges, but also rewards.
Painful. That's the part I'm wary of.
All I heard was rewards. Keep going.
I can't use that again.
Confringo. Lumos.
Oh, there's this one here.
Expelliarmus.
Another gate.
Seems Slytherin like to play games.
Must run in the family.
Look in a mirror, Sebastian.
There you go.
That sounded promising.
Lumos.
Another dial solved.
Impressive. Nice work.
Confringo.
I failed with the dial and it struck my face as if it were a real serpent, but I must find a way forward, my family's sake. We should not require children to conform to an old traditions. This scriptorium must have proof that there's more to our legacy than meets the eye.
Ominous, your aunt wanted to change your family's traditions.
She did, and she was my favorite person in the world for it.
The other door, what symbols does it have on it? In here. That one and that one. That one, that one, that one. I've got to keep it in my head.
Another, not the welcoming sort, was he?
Okay.
Excellent work. We're another step closer to the scriptorium. I spotted something ahead. Looks troubling. The gate! I think we're locked in. Again!
Then Salazar Slytherin is not yet finished with us.
Confringo!
I've lost hope, I'm locked in. I heard a scream and saw the tortured faces. The only way forward is an unforgivable curse. Even if I wanted to cast it, I have no one upon whom to do so. Salazar Slytherin created a malicious challenge indeed. In my last correspondence to my brother, I'd invited him here. I'd invited him here. Now, if he looks for me alone, I'd have led him to his death. Despite our differences, I wish him no ill. I wish we had parted on better terms.
Ominous. Her skeleton. And Noctua's last journal entry. She mentions being trapped here, blocked by an unforgivable curse.
This is where she died. This is where we'll die. I shouldn't have listened to either of you.
Ominous, I'm truly sorry about your aunt. But I know what to do. It's going to be difficult.
You said you know what to do.
Tortured faces on the door, and Crucios etched into the stone. My guess is if we cast the Cruciatus curse, the door will open. That's why Noctua died. She had no one to cast the curse on. Ominous has the most experience with this. He should cast it. You seem to be in Ominous's favor. Will you ask him about this?
He does seem a bit cross with you. I'll speak with him.
Good. Work your magic, so to speak. Wish we had some liquid luck.
All of this could have been avoided.
Ominous. I hadn't imagined we'd end up trapped like this.
Salazar Slytherin did. He's to blame for many unimaginable things. I overheard you and Sebastian, and I won't do it. The Cruciatus curse is pure torture. I would know.
Sebastian told me a little of what happened when you were young. Sounds as if you had no choice.
Should have known he would have told you. And one always has a choice. I'm as guilty as the worst of my family. Unforgivable curses won't work unless you really mean them. I had to want to cause pain, and for that I shall never forgive myself. That spells the reason I have no family left. You and Sebastian will need to sort out another solution. If you cast Crucio, you will regret it forever.
I'm just going back and forth now.
What do we do now? Ominous is not going to cast the Cruciatus curse again.
Ridiculous. As if dying in here is a better option than casting a damned spell. It's up to us. I can teach you Crucio, or I can cast it on you.
Wait, you didn't say you knew how to cast Crucio?
Because I'm not sure I do. Ominous knows that, yet he's left us no choice. I don't yearn to follow in Noctua Gaunt's footsteps. I think I can cast it if I have to.
I want to learn the curse, but I won't cast it on you. You need to cast it on me.
I shan't forget this.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Are you all right?
That pain, it was excruciating. But I'll survive. Let's keep moving.
We made it. We found Salazar Slytherin's scriptorium.
I can't believe we're here.
I fear we shall never come to an accord. I cannot persuade even one of them to listen to reason. I had dared hope that Godric's thoughts were aligned with my own, that he understood why the caliber of the student needed to be exceptional. But he had fallen prey to the ridiculous notion that Muggleborns are somehow capable as purebloods. He was furious when I expressed my displeasure at his thoughts on the matter, thoughts he had not yet put voice to. I tire the discord, and can no longer bear witness to the corridors full of inept children, masquerading as witches and wizards. It is with a heavy heart that I now know I must go from here. I shall place the creature into a deep sleep in the chamber until it can be awakened by one who shares my views, a descendant willing to reverse the damage that the others have so carelessly wrought, one who shall rid the school of those unworthy of Hogwarts that would serve only to stain my legacy. AKA Tom Riddle.
Sebastian, Ominous. There's a book, just here.
You found something?
You two go ahead. Let me know what's in it. I'll wander around a bit.
May I have a look?
What do you think?
Looks like a spell book of some kind. This is incredible. A Hogwarts founder's possession. What an honor. Still can't believe Ominous never told me about his aunt and what she found.
What will you do with Slytherin's spellbook?
What I do with every book. Read it. Having professors as parents ingrained that habit early on. But I can do that later. For now, I say we explore this room. It's breathtaking.
I've been getting an uneasy feeling about this place. We shouldn't linger here. Let's find a way out, please.
I don't want to leave, but I owe you. Both of you. Without both of you, we'd never have made it this far.
Revelio!
We were lucky. We could have died. We must do this again.
Is there a way up here?
I see a way out.
Best news I've heard all day.
Ominous. About your aunt.
Please, Sebastian. I meant what I said before. We swear, right now, never to engage in anything to do with dark magic again.
Understood. I'm truly sorry about your aunt, Ominous.
I suppose after all this, I am grateful to know what happened to her. Thank you.
Alright. At least it's like halfway. Alright. Next time I shall get to level 22 and complete the main quest. But for now, I shall have to leave you. So I will see you guys later. Have a great day. Wait, first I need to save this. So yeah, see you guys later. Wait, how many hours now? 17. See you guys later.